I feel that you smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads. Standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys of fall.
All right, this is the Boys of Fall. It is the College Football Bowl Blitz, to where it's all college football bowl games all the time. And they start on December the 15th in the New Mexico, the Gildren New Mexico Bowl. Nevada and Arizona will face off at 12 o'clock on ESPN. I like Arizona in this game. Right after that, at 3:30, will be the Idaho Potato Bowl. Toledo and 22nd ranked Utah State will play. I like Utah State, 22nd ranked team in the country. Oklahoma knows how fierce and how competitive they can be. On the 20th, the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl will take place 7 p.m. on ESPN. Brigham Young and San Diego State. I like Brigham Young. They have a good defense that I think they can get this thing done for BYU. On the 21st will be the Beef Oak Brady Bowl in St. Petersburg. 6:30 p.m. ESPN. Ball State versus Central Florida. I like Ball State in this matchup. The 22nd will be the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. 11 o'clock a.m. on ESPN. Eastern Carolina at Louisiana Lafayette. I like Lafayette. Lafayette had a really good start to the year by beating Auburn and doing all these good things. I think that they end on a high note this year. After that, you can watch from at 2:30 on ESPN. You can watch the Mako Bowl from Las Vegas, where Washington State will play 19th ranked Boise State. I like Boise State. This is a team that very well could next year be in a BCS game. They only lost like 1 or 2 games this year. I like Boise in this matchup against Washington. On New Year's Eve, on the 24th of December, you can watch the Chatrion Hawaii Bowl between Fresno State and SMU, Southern Methodist. I like Fresno. I just do. I think that they know what they're doing. 7 o'clock on ESPN. The 25th is Christmas, so that's the day off. The 26th, they'll get started up again with the Little Caesars Bowl at 6:30 p.m. on ESPN. Western Kentucky at Central Michigan. I like Central Michigan in this matchup. Moving right along to the 27th, this is when you start getting all the bowl games in, 1, 2, or 3 in a day. Actually, it all starts at 2:30 on the 27th with the Military Bowl. And that will be 24th ranked San Jose State versus Bowling Green. I like San Jose State. The Belk Bowl will start right after that at 5:30 on ESPN. Cincinnati at Duke. I like Cincinnati. They might not know who their coach is going to be quite yet. They've got one game to prove themselves, and I think that they will. This is a team that came very close to winning the Big East, and I don't think not a lot's going to change. It might change next year with Tuberville coming in, but as far as this last bowl game, I don't think they're going to change a lot. The after that, at 8:45 p.m., the Bridgepoint Education Holiday Bowl, Baylor versus UCLA. I like Baylor. The Big 12 knows how tough Baylor can be. Baylor is going to score points. The question is, can UCLA score enough points to keep with Baylor? And I do not think that they can. I think the Baylor wins this game. Next one on the list is the skip a day to the 28th, where we will have the Advocare V100 Independence Bowl at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Ohio will play Louisiana Monroe. I like Ohio. Tyler Tettleton, these guys, they know what they're doing. They got a good coach. They got a good running game. They got a good quarterback. All that together means you have a good team. And I think they're going to take care of Louisiana Monroe. The Russell Athletic Bowl will be on right after that at 4:30 on ESPN. where Rutgers will place on Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's a team from the ACC. They're a strong competitor in the ACC. I'm always a believer in Beamer Bowl until I can't see what they do. They're a good team. I think that they get this done. Next is Meineke Care Bowl of Texas at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Minnesota versus Texas Tech. If there's a team in the big that loses, I think it's got to be Texas Tech. So I like Minnesota. Texas Tech has stumbled through, to say the least. They are going to a bowl game this year, so not quite the way like they stumbled last year, but they got to work in a new coach. That coach will not be sticking around. Then they'll bring in Kingsbury and also it's just all going to get miscontrabulated and confused, so I like Minnesota. On the 29th, the Bell Helicopter Armed Forces Bowl will take place at 10:45 a.m. on ESPN. Rice versus Air Force. I like Air Force. The Academy is kind of a different offense to prepare for, as is Rice, but it's just that Air Force has been doing it a little bit longer, and they know what they're doing out there. The New Era Pinstripe Bowl at 2:15 will be on after that one on ESPN. West Virginia at Syracuse versus Syracuse. I like West Virginia. West Virginia just about beat Syracuse just about every time they played them. And now that they've got that Big 12 out, they don't have to face a Big 12 team, and they're going to take some anger out on Syracuse. I think that they win. At 3 o'clock on ESPN2, you can watch the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl between Army and Navy and Air Force. Arizona State, I'm sorry. I like ASU, Arizona State. Todd's doing a great job out there. Todd Graham, he's doing a great job out there. And I just think that it's just going to be hard for Navy to compete with that because Navy is basically a one-base offense. The Outback Bowl will be on the 30th. And you can watch that one. It's between South Carolina, 10th ranked in the country, and 18th ranked Michigan. Denard Robinson's final game. And I think that D-Rob gets it done. I really do. They're also going to have the Rose Bowl on that day. The Rose Bowl created by Vizio, 4 p.m. ESPN. Wisconsin and Stanford. I like Stanford. Wisconsin kind of struggled and snuck their way in. So there you go. On the first New Year's Day, there is one game. Back to one game a night. And it all starts off again with the BCS. On ESPN, you can watch Northern Illinois versus Florida State, 15th and 12th respectively, from the Discover Orange Bowl at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. I like Florida State. Florida State is a hard team to prepare for, and to be completely honest, I don't think that I would be a little bit nervous if Oklahoma was going to play them a third time, but in 3 years. But to be completely honest with you, since it's Northern Illinois instead, I think Florida State really just walks all over, to be honest. On the 3rd is the BCS Big 12 tie-in, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, 7:30 p.m. Number 4, Oregon versus number 5, Kansas State. Oregon, I like Oregon in this game. Oregon has a great offense. And I just like Oregon. I think they're going to score a lot of games. One of the few games that is not going to be on ESPN. This one's going to be on Fox. It's going to be number 9, Texas A&M versus number 11, Oklahoma. I like OU. Cotton Bowl. It's going to be fun. Hopefully for Sooner fans. So there we go with that one. Next is the GoDaddy.com Bowl between Kent State and Arkansas State. I like Arkansas State in this matchup. It's it's a little hard for me to prepare for with that being that way, but you have to do it the way that you think is best, and I like Arizona State. And finally, the final one is on January the 7th, the BCS National Championship game, Notre Dame versus Alabama. I like Notre Dame. I really do. I saw this team up front. They are mean, they are fierce, and they are nasty. And they do take advantage of all the mistakes that you make. That's exactly what they did when they played Oklahoma. And there we go. I'm sorry about any bowls I might have left out. I think I did leave out the Sugar Bowl between Louisville and Florida on January the 2nd. I like Florida. Other than that, if I missed one, I'm sorry. But that's all the bowl games that I know of. If you can think of one, hit me up. I'll let you know what I think. Other than that, everyone have a great time, and we'll see you guys all after the bowls are done, over with. See y'all for the pre-game show, for the pre-shows to all the football games for next year. Till then, this is Harry James Taylor. Thank you very much, and as always, Boomer Sooner!
I didn't let just anybody in that club. Took every ounce of heart with sweat and blood. Get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall. Kings of the school, man, where the boys are from. Well, listen.